this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts with day 13 of my Christmas card challenge. Today I would like to use some of these gift tags I bought at Home Bargains. I was actually quite lucky. This was the last pack of the gingerbread man, because I think people have posted it on Facebook sites that they were using them, so other people got the idea, and I could tell in my shop they had been all sold out. I was lucky to find this one hidden between some Christmas trees that were still left. They also had some penguins at one point, but as I said, this was last pack in my store. But I also bought these little gift tags, and I'm going to show you in a later video what I'm going to make with these. So as I said, today we're going to use these, and I'm going to make a spinner card, which was inspired by a recent video by Sam Calcott. To be honest, she did a slightly different card, but linked to an older card of hers, so I'm going to link to both below. For this spinner card, you need 4 panels sized 6 by 6, which is easy because you just need one sheet of 12 by 12 and you cut it into 4. I've already prepared that, and I've already also scored down the middle at 3 inches on all 4 panels. Then one thing I've already done is I've taken 2 panels and I've cut down an oval in the middle. I'll just show you what I've done with my gingerbread man. I have inked these a bit on the back just with what I had left on my blue brush, because these are not symmetrical completely, because obviously you've got the holly sticking out and there are some edges here, but I'm not too fussed about that. By the way, for the hole I'm going to put a rhinestone on that later, or maybe even 3 rhinestones for 3 berries, which I haven't prepared, so I'm going to show you that later after I've filmed this video. So I have decided to go for an oval, because what you need, the aperture you need to cut needs to fit this, and it needs to go through it smoothly. It needs to spin, be able to spin in it. And I tried a round one and that was catching on the holly a bit, so I decided to go for this oval shape. It's important that you get this centered, so what I have done as well already is I have laid this down on my grid mat, and I found the middle of the die, and I have actually marked it with a Sharpie, so I know this needs to be lined with the score marks on the papers. So just want to show you these with the other 2 panels. So make sure they're on top of each other, both the score, the marks, score lines right there. Oh, one thing I forgot, you need to make sure obviously that they're at the same height. So you just pop the panels you have already cut on top, and you just go roughly around it, because this will be cut away anyway, it doesn't matter. You could just mark the top and the bottom, but this might help as well a bit. So, and now you know where to align this. As I said, the Sharpie marks need to go on the score lines. This is actually quite difficult to see, so take your time. Check that one again. I think this looks good. So I'm just popping these together through the like machine. This is just some Christmas paper from the works, and this, just checking on it, is 230 GSM, so it is thin enough to put 2 through at the same time. So I'll probably go slightly off screen here. Just going back and forth to make sure they're both cut through. Yeah, that's done. Let's put this out of the way. So what you need to do now is fold on the score lines. As you can see, it's probably not 100% centered. do the best you can do. Yeah, but that will work fine. So these are my other two. If you have a directional pattern one that faces up, make sure you all get them in the right direction. Okay, so now we need to stick down our spinner card. What I decided to do, I just used the thread that came with this gift tags. So I'm going to stick this down with red tape. Sam Calcucci used some hot glue, but I don't trust my glue gun. I think it'll be too hot. Start to find, there it is. I could use the collage glue with this one. She uses actually clear thread, and the problem with the clear thread is because it's made from plastic, it can actually dissolve with the collage glue, so you need to be careful with that. So put this down in the middle. Press it down properly, and that will be nicely in place. I can just pop this bit that I just cut off, I can just pop that in there as well. So now I use my collage glue and put this all the way around, but I'm not putting it on the holly because that will be exposed. So I have to clear that up a bit. Yeah. What I do is I just take a needle when my glue is clogged up, just poke it a bit. And get the blobs out, and normally that makes it free flowing again. Try not to get too close to the edges because, as I said before, it's not 100% symmetrical, so some of the edges will be exposed. And the good thing is that with the collage glue you can now move it around. And make sure these are as central as possible. Sorry, the thread at the bottom there. That'll do me nicely. So I'm leaving that to dry. And now it needs to be adhered on the score line of the first panel. Again, I'm using my red tape. Put that aside for a moment. And you pop this, make sure it sort of sits in the middle. It's best to actually align it again on the grid. And then you pop this down on the score line. Cut off the excess on the top, don't want this to stick out too far. And again, I'm going to put another piece on top to hold it in place. So just test that it's strong enough, and then you take the release paper off the bottom. And you pull this down and make it actually get up a bit at the top, because you want it as tight as possible, and again press it down on the score line. So you want a bit of tension on the thread. Another piece of red tape over the top to secure it. And again we cut off the excess there. And now we just need to attach the other panels, and we do it this way around. We put half a panel on and half a panel goes on that until we worked our way around. I'm going to speed this up now for the video. Okay, so you've already seen me bend these all down, because there you need to be able to flip them all over, because at the end the recipient will set it up like this. It's now difficult to see, so set it up like this, and then the bit in the middle should spin. So what you do is, before you pop it in the envelope, you wind it up, and then when the recipient takes it out of the envelope, it will spin. So what you can do is, if you want to leave a little panel, put a little panel on with a Christmas greeting, I would probably just pop a separate note in the envelope, and I might put a sentiment on this at one side, but I might just leave it as an ornament. So as I said, all I'm going to do now, which I'm doing off screen, is just put some rhinestones there to fill the hole, and then this is the finished spinner card. I hope you liked this Christmas card. If you did, I'd be happy if you gave me a thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos, I'd be very happy about that too. See you tomorrow for day 14 of my Christmas card challenge.